Reicher. Batting fifth is the right fielder, number 15, Ellie Ward. In the sixth spot is Midori Gonzalez. She is the second baseman. Batting seventh is Emily Hack, the left fielder. Batting eighth is Marissa Kapovic, the starting first baseman. And batting ninth is Katie Dawkins, the designated player. She'll be playing for the center fielder, number 18, Dana Burton, who is the flex player in today's game. The Cougars are led by head coach Cheryl Urbanovsky and assistant coach Robert Cantu. They won the state championship 2 years ago. They fell in the heartbreaker last year to Church John Paul II, and now they're back here looking for a little bit of redemption. In the meantime, for the Lubbock Christian Eagles, they are led by head coach Chess Tucker and assistant coaches Caitlin Holmes and Mondi Brewer. Here's the starting lineup for the Eagles from Lubbock Christian. Leading off, number 5, Hampton Hayes is the shortstop. She's followed by number 12, Ashlyn Lott, the second baseman. Number 13, Kelsey Hayes is the catcher, batting third. Batting cleanup is Katie Hayes, who is the third baseman. So we've got 3 Hayes on the team here. And then batting fifth is number 2, Katie Lee, the right fielder. In the sixth spot is number 10, Haley Brewer. She is today's starting pitcher. She is followed by number 14, J.C. Lamb, the first baseman. Number 4, Clara Dendy is the center fielder. And looks like we have her sister, Mara Dendy, who is the left fielder, batting ninth. And that is our designated home team, the Eagles from Lubbock Christian School, or Lubbock Christian High School, out in Lubbock, Texas. It's a warm day out here today in Crosby. It's quite a bit warmer than it was yesterday. Currently, it's showing 84 degrees with relative humidity at about 48%. Of course, with a turf field, that is going to be about anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees warmer. The winds currently are out of the southeast. It's saying out of the southeast are 9 miles an hour, but you wouldn't know it looking at the looking at the flags out in right field. The ballparks in Crosby, they all have video scoreboards on them, so it's not just for football anymore. They are 200 feet down the lines, 225 to the power alleys, and 250 to straightaway center. And it's about a 8-foot wall across the field, except for the center field part, which goes up to about 12 feet high. Coach Tucker and Coach Urbanovsky are currently meeting with the umpires to exchange lineup cards and get pregame instructions from the umpires on how they would like this game to go. Again, earlier today we had our 2 Division IV semifinals. You had in our first contest, you had the Round Rock Concordia Cardinals defeating Sherman Texoma Christian 7-1. In the first game, and in the second game, in a matchup of district foes, it was the Lady Cardinals of Shiner St. Paul defeating the Hallettsville Sacred Heart Indianettes 11-2 in 7 innings. And I think we're just about ready to begin. We're going to have we'll turn it over to our PA announcer for the introduction of the starting lineups and the national anthem as well as the invocation, obviously. Thank you, everybody who's joining us here today on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. My name is Mike Weber, and I'll be happy to help provide some narration with the action that's going on today in today's state semifinals here in TAPS Division III softball. And we'll listen in to the PA announcer right now as he introduces the teams.
This contest is governed by the Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools to promote good sportsmanship and fair play amongst its member schools. We ask that all fans act in a responsible and courteous manner at all times. Umpires of today's contest are our guests. You should be treated as so. Please refrain from going onto the field following the game so the next teams can begin their warm-ups. TAPS would also like to express its appreciation to Wilson Sporting Goods, the official ball for TAPS, for providing the game balls for this contest. Introducing the visiting team for this game, The Reicher Catholic Cougars, who come into today's game with a season record of 15 wins and 6 losses. Leading off, number 10, Michaela Young. And second, number 1, Bree Apenny. And third, number 3, Madeline Gonzalez. Batting cleanup, number 11, Hannah Betcher. Hitting fifth, number 15, Ellie Ward. Batting sixth, number 7, Midori Gonzalez. Hitting seventh, number 14, Emily Hatt. Batting eighth, number 4, Marissa Kupovic. Batting ninth, number 8, Katie Dawkins. Flex, number 18, Nate Burton. And the Catholic is led by head coach Cheryl Urbanowski and coach Robert King, too. Introducing the home team for this game. The Lubbock Christian Eagles are coming to today's game with a season record of 16 wins and 6 losses. Leading off will be number 5, Hampton Hayes. And in second, number 12, Ashlyn Mott. Batting third, number 13, Kelsey Hayes. Batting fourth, number 3, Katie Hayes. Batting fifth, number 2, Katie Lee. Batting sixth, number 10, Haley Brewer. Batting seventh, number 14, J.C. Lamb. Batting eighth, number 4, Clara DeVette. Denby, I apologize. Batting ninth, number 8, Mara Dendy. Lubbock Christian is led by head coach Chess Tucker, and assisted by Caitlin Holmes and Monty Brewer. At this time, Chris Softly of Lubbock Christian will lead us in the invocation, followed by our national anthem.
Dear Lord, we thank you for each new day. And we know that your mercies and your compassions are new each morning, and we thank you for that. Lord, we pray for the umpires, the competitors, the coaches, and the fans, that we would all represent your name well today, that we would work wholeheartedly for an audience of one. We thank you for this great game, these great teams, and we pray that we may honor you, our one true great God. In Jesus' name, amen.
getting set to begin here at the TAPS Division III state semifinal between the Lubbock Christian Eagles and the Waco Reicher Catholic Cougars. Reicher will be up to bat first, so let's set the defense of the Lubbock Christian Eagles. From left to right in the infield, Katie Hayes at third, Hampton Hayes at short. At second is Lott, first base is Lamb. In the outfield from left to right, Mara Dendy, Clara Dendy, and Lee, left field, center field, and right field. And your battery is Brewer the pitcher and Kaylee Hayes is the catcher today. This is the first of our two Division III semifinals. Coming up at approximately 6:30 today, we will have the our second Division III semifinal, and that is going to feature two Houston area teams as Pasadena First Baptist Christian Academy takes on the Woodlands Christian Academy. Game time is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. this evening. And let me double check something here. Checking the baseball schedule because I know coming up next, currently, well, hang on, we're about to begin, so let's just start with Michaela Young, the shortstop and leadoff batter for Reicher. First pitch on the corner. Haley Brewer, first pitch in there for a strike. Swing on and fielded by the third baseman. Katie Hayes over the Lamb records the first out of the inning. Yeah, Pasadena First Baptist will have a double up with their softball team in our next Division III semifinal, and their boys are in the baseball semifinals against Northland Christian at 7:30. And Bree Haypenny, the shortstop for Reicher, steps into the box. One out here on the top of the first. That pitch is well outside. The Cougars are no stranger to the state tournament. Been inside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and down the line for a base hit, and this one's probably going to be a double. Haypenny rounding first. She will stroll into second with a stand-up double, and the Cougars are in business. One out, but a man in scoring position for number 3, Madeline Gonzalez, or Maddie Gonzalez.
Now batting number 3, Madeline Gonzalez.
Gonzalez steps in. Brewer looks at the signs. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. 0-1 to the next to strike three. Strike one on the first pitch is one of the pitcher's favorite words to hear. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off. And that brings the count quickly to 0-2. Bree Haypenny is stationed out at second base. Here's the pitch from Brewer. Swung on and missed, strike three. Caught her with the high stuff. And that is going to bring up Hannah Betcher, the catcher.
Now batting number 11, Hannah Betcher.
So after giving off that double, Haley Brewer strikes out Gonzalez on 3 straight pitches. That one, however, will not be the 4th straight strike as it is high and a little bit outside. Ball 1 to Betcher. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled. And goes clang clang off the roof. Fortunately here at Crosby, the stands are covered and they do have very large ceiling fans here to help keep the air circulating. Betcher showing the bunt, pulls back. Pitch is high. And 2-1's the count. Haley Brewer's pitch outside, ball 2. It evens the count up. Excuse me. That brings the count to 3-1. 3-1 the count. 3 balls and a strike. At least I think. Well, I saw the umpire might just hold up 2-2, so hang on, we'll find out in just a moment. Swung on, hit into left field. The left fielder going back to the wall, and it is gone! Home run for Hannah Betcher, and Reicher Catholic jumps out to a 2-0 lead. Hannah Betcher got every bit of that pitch, and all Maridendi could do is look up and look back as that ball cleared the wall, probably about, I'd say that one probably went about 225, 230 feet, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Ellie Ward, now into the box with a 2-0 lead, 2 outs. There's a pitch outside. Ball 1.
Now batting is number 15, Ellie Ward.
That pitch is inside for ball 2. Back to Ellie Ward a little bit off the plate there. Here's a pitch. Swung on and to the second baseman who throws it over to first. Lot to Lamb to record the 3rd out. But the Cougars use the long ball to jump out in the lead after half an inning of play. It is the Reicher Catholic Cougars 2, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 0 here at the TAPS Division III State Softball Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. And the warm-up pitches are done. So Hampton Hayes, the shortstop, will be leading off the inning for the Lubbock Christian Eagles, who find themselves trailing 2-0 after half an inning. Strike one for the pitcher, Madeline Gonzalez. Swing and a miss, strike two. And Hampton Hayes finds herself in an 0-2 hole now. Swung on, fouled off. Count remains 0-2 for Madeline Gonzalez, or Maddie Gonzalez. Gonzalez, here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. A big cut there by Hayes, but she was having to reach out to get that one. One and two the count now to Hayes. And that's high, ball two. Good patience showed there. A lot of other people that might have got them going fishing. She checked her swing, and that brings the count full. They don't even appeal down the first, not even appeal down the first base. So it's now 3-2 to Hampton Hayes. And she draws the opening walk. The only way you can get on base.
Now coming to bat, number 12, Ashlyn Lott.
Ashlyn Lott, number 12, the second baseman, now up for the Eagles. Shows the bunt, pulls back, in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. And we'll see if Gonzalez goes after her right here. Shows the bunt. Takes a swing at it on the bunt, but it misses. So now the count is 0-2. And Gonzalez finds herself in the same place that Hampton Hayes is in, although Hayes was able to work her way back and work the walk from being down 0-2. Swung on and popped up. Will there be enough room for the first baseman? Yes, Kapovic is able to field that one and put it away for out number one. Hayes still at first base. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Kelsey Hayes. Well, I'm going to guess is her sister. You got 3 Hayes on the team and 2 Gendys. So a lot of folks with the same last names. There's Gonzalez's pitch. Swung on and off the screen. That'll be strike one. Pitch. And there's a strike, and they're going to try and throw down to second to get the running Hampton Hayes. She is in there safely. Ball got past the second baseman, but the center fielder was very quickly to get in there. Hayes had no shot to advance to third. So now Kelsey Hayes has a runner in scoring position, looking to cut into this lead. Swung on, and that one is going to drift foul. Haypenny ran over to give it a look, but it drifted too far away, so the count remains 0-2 on Kelsey Hayes. And here's the pitch. That's high, ball one. Here's the pitch. Swung on to the shortstop. She will throw it over to first to make the out. Young to Kapovic. And records that out. Hampton Hayes moves over to third base,
Coming back, number 3, Haley Hayes.
60 feet away. And let's see if her sister Katie Hayes can drive her in. Gonzalez starts from very low, in a very low crouch before she goes into the pitch. And that one is in there for strike one. Outside, 1-1 the count on Katie Hayes. And if she is able to get on, Haley Brewer will be up next. Gonzalez's pitch swung on, fouled off. And back to the screen. Betcher collects it and sends it back to her battery mate, Madeline Gonzalez. Interesting note, no players in this game are wearing the protective face guard that you saw in some others earlier today. And that is a swing and a miss for Katie Hayes, down on strikes, and that is the third strike and third out of the inning. So after one full inning of play here at the Division III semifinals in the TAPS 2019 State Baseball Championships, it is the Reicher Catholic Cougars 2, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 0, here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. And leading off the top of the second is Midori Gonzalez, or Dory Gonzalez. Sometimes we'll answer to both. Haley Brewer back on the mound. Here's the first pitch. Midori Gonzalez looking like she was going to slap it. Took several steps out on the infield and goes back, and that pitch was in there for a strike, so 0-1 the count now. Here's the pitch. Tried for the slapper. Missed it, and that brings the count to 0-2 for Haley Brewer. Brewer looked like she was pitching well in that first inning, but then Madeline Gonzalez got a hold of one. Swung on. Over to the second baseman. He locked to land to record the out. Actually, excuse me, that was Hannah Betcher with the home run. So that records the first out of the inning for the Eagles.
And back number 14,
Emily Hack up there. She is the left fielder. We'll see if she can take a good hack at it. Yes, pun intended. Outside, ball one. That's a bit high. Swung on and just foul. It got past Katie Hayes, but fortunately for her, it was fouled. It went foul. If that one had stayed fair, you were looking at a double there without too much difficulty. 2-1 the count. Swung on. Foul ball. Probably good fortune for Hack this time that was a foul ball because Katie Hayes was in good position to throw her out. That evens the count at 2-2. Brewer looking in. Here's a pitch. That is low. Tried to go fishing there. But at that level, all you're catching is catfish and tilapia. Strike 3 on the inside corner. And Brewer records the second out of the inning. Marissa Kapovic, the first baseman, is up next.
Now batting number 4, Marissa Kapovic.
Katie Dawkins will be up next if Kapovic can get on. Here's the pitch. Swung on and dropping into no man's land, and the shortstop is unable to come up with it. It's in that no man's land right behind the mound and in between the fielders is where that ball landed. And Kapovic makes it on.
Now to bat number 8, Katie Dawkins.
Katie Dawkins trying to get a 2-out rally going here for the Cougars. Here's a pitch. That is high. Ball 1. That was ruled a hit. That is the third hit in the inning, or excuse me, third hit of the game for the Cougars. Here's a pitch. Swung on and lined right to the third baseman, Katie Hayes, and that's going to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on for the Cougars. And we head to the bottom of the second inning with your score: the Reicher Catholic Cougars 2, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 0, here on TAPS TV and TAPS radio coverage of the 2019 State Softball Championships. That looks like that's the end of the warm-up pitches there for Madeline Gonzalez. Really quickly looking over the scoreboard at the baseball field. After 4 innings of play, it's now Lutheran South 10, Fort Worth Christian 0. If Lutheran South maintains that 10-run lead through the 5th inning, that game will be over. And starting off this inning for Lubbock Christian is number 2, Katie Lee. She is the right fielder for the Eagles. Gonzalez pitch just off the plate. 1-0 the count of the Cougars starting pitcher. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner. Strike one. Count is now even at 1-1. Gonzalez's pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike two. Gonzalez with the advantage. That one is outside. Tried to get Lee to chase it. No dice there. Here's the pitch. And that is a called third strike. Umpire called her out. Called her strike three looking. And that is the first out of the inning for the Cougars. And Haley Brewer, the starting pitcher, number 10, steps into the batter's box, hoping to help improve her situation, trailing 2-0 here. Here's a pitch. Off the corner. 0-1 the count. And that one's on the inside part of the plate, making it 0-2. Lubbock Christian has been a very successful program over the years, particularly their baseball teams. They're back in the state Final Four this year. And softball's made the trip to join them this year in the state championships. They're looking to capture their own state title. That last pitch was outside. 1-2 the count. Swung on and fouled off. Got just enough of it to keep the at-bat alive. It stays at count stays at 1-2 to the starting pitcher, Haley Brewer. Still in the hole a little bit. Gonzalez's pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Haley Brewer records is the second out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, J.C. Lamb.
Now coming to bat, number 14, J.C. Lamb.
Gonzalez, first pitch to Lamb. Catches the corner. She is really still in the groove where she's able to nail that outside corner. If she's able to consistently throw it there, it's going to induce swings like that, and the count is now 0-2. You can hit that outside corner in softball, and that's going to force the batter to be more aggressive. That one is well outside for ball one. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball two. Evens the count up. And here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up. Here comes the second baseman, Dory Gonzalez, and that is going to be out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Madeline Gonzalez. And after 2 full innings of play here at the ballparks in Crosby, it is the Reicher Catholic Cougars 2, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 0 at the 2019 TAPS Softball Championships, live here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
www.children.com.
Kayla Young, the leadoff hitter, is up here at the top of the third with the Reicher Catholic Cougars leading 2-0. And that first pitch by Haley Brewer is outside. There's a pitch and the swing, and it goes foul. 1-1 the count. Swung on and fouled over to Coach Urbanowski, who snared that one on one hop. But that is a foul, so it brings the count to 1-2. Brewer set, and here's the pitch. That's outside, brings the count to 2-2. Haley Brewer trying to hit the outside part of the plate right there. Didn't quite make it. Here's the pitch. That one is well high. That is ball 3. So now we have a full count here. We'll see if Young takes or gives it a try. Swings, caught by the third baseman, Katie Hayes, over the Lamb, records the first out. Nice snag there by Katie Hayes. Getting that and recording out number 1. And that's going to bring up Bree Haypenny. Haypenny doubled in the first inning, and then came home when Hannah Betcher smashed a 230-foot home run over the left field fence. And that first pitch by Brewer is inside for too far inside for a ball. Here's a pitch. Swung on, drilled deep to right field, and it is over the right fielder's head. Haypenny headed for second, and she will get in with a stand-up double. I thought Lee had that for a moment, and all of a sudden she didn't. And that is going to bring up Madeline Gonzalez, the starting pitcher, to the plate, with Haypenny at second with her second double of the game. Brewer is wearing the protective face shield. There's a pitch. And they're going to say, and it did hit her. Okay, I thought it hit her, and then the umpire wasn't making the signal, but yes, it did hit her. So Gonzalez gets on by a hit by pitch. And that's going to bring up number 11, Hannah Betcher, who got the scoring started with the home run in the first inning. Now she's got 2 runners on. Brewer looking in, wanting to make sure that this lead for Reicher doesn't get any bigger. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Just taking a good cut there. Infield still playing at normal depth right here. And they are going to bring on a courtesy runner right here for Gonzalez, the starting pitcher. Let me get a number right here. That is number 12 for Reicher. Let me do a quick look up right here. And that says that is Summerfawn Saldana, the courtesy runner for the Cougars. Swung on, drilled high into left field. This time the left fielder Mara Dendy is under it. So Betcher tried to give another ball a ride, but this got a little too under it. And that's going to bring up number 15, Ellie Ward. Got 2 men on, but 2 outs. Here's the pitch inside. Ball 1 to Ellie Ward. Cougars would love to try and extend this lead. Swung on to the shortstop. She gathers, throws, and gets the out. So that is the third out of the inning. Cougars get a hit, leave 2 runners on, but our score remains going into the bottom of the third. Reicher Catholic Cougars 2, Lubbock Christian Eagles 0, here on the TAPS State Softball Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. And getting set to start the bottom of the third here, it'll be the left fielder, Mara Dendy. Excuse me, Clara Dendy. I got Clara and Mara, so it is Clara Dendy who is starting off the inning. She's the center fielder. Swung on and miss. Strike 1 to Clara Dendy. Gonzalez looking in. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. She is working the outside part of the plate. Dendy has not been able to catch up to it yet. And a pitch. Too high. Appeal down to first is refused. And officially, the first base umpire says no, she did not go. It's also a little bit high, evens the count at 2-2. Gonzalez trying to get Clara Dendy to swing at something out of the zone. Just off the plate, and Clara Dendy, after falling down 0-2 in the count, has drawn it full. We'll see what kind of a pitch Gonzalez has in store here. His pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Okay, they are awarding her the base. I'm not sure what's going on here. What? Oh, okay, I just heard catcher interference on the play was the call. So Mara Dendy now steps in and bunts it back to the screen. Counts. Catches off the bounce. Do not count. It would if this were arena football, if you remember that league, although that's pretty much gone by the wayside now. So 0-1 the count to Mara Dendy with Clara Dendy on base. Swing and a miss, strike two. Catcher's interference is what allowed Clara Dendy to get down to first base. Here's Gonzalez's pitch. Swung on and fouled back. And it almost hit her on the return. Here's Gonzalez's pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. And Betcher threw down to first just to make sure that Clara Dendy did not get any ideas. And that's the first out in the inning, but that is going to bring number 5, Hampton Hayes, the leadoff hitter, back to the plate. And there's a ground ball to second base. And they are going to call the runner Clara Dendy out for interfering with the fielder's ability to get to the ball. So Clara Dendy got on the base by interference and is now called out for interference, completing the circle. And that's going to bring up Ashlyn Lott right there. They were probably only going to get the one runner on that play. As it happens, it's the lead runner. Here's the pitch, swung on, popped up in the air. The shortstop Young is underneath it, and that's the third out of the inning. So after 3 full innings of play here at Cougar Field in Crosby, Texas, it is the Reicher Catholic Cougars 2, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 0 here on the Cats State Softball Championships on Cats TV and Cats Radio. We're back here for the top of the fourth. Midori Gonzalez at bat, and she tried to bunt at it. Missed the ball, and that is going to be strike one for her. And quick look over baseball. They got 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Lutheran South leading 11-1, but Forest Christian does have a man on third, trying to extend that game. That one is low. One the count. There's a slapper popped up to the shortstop Hampton Hayes. She secures the pop-up, and that is out number 1 in the inning for the Eagles. And that is going to bring up Emily Hack.
Now coming back, number 14, Emily.
Hack, the left fielder for the Cougs. That pitch well outside. Katie Hayes reaching out to grab it. Here's the pitch. Caught the inside part of the plate. 1-1 to count. That's high ball 2. Swung on and missed. That'll even the count up. Haley Brewer going with pure heat right there. Looks like Lutheran South just won their second straight Division II baseball state championship. That pitch is high, and we got a full count now. Brewer trying not to let Emily Hack off the hook. Here's a pitch. And that one is well inside for ball 4, and Emily Hack will take first base on the walk. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Marissa Kapovic. Here's a pitch, swung on and fouled off. And we're going to have an attempted stolen base. And Hack is in there safely. 0-2, still 0-2 the count to Kapovic. But Hack has moved herself into scoring position. If Kapovic can swing it right to the shortstop, she'll look the runner back and over to first. Hayes to land for the out. Kapovic decides to stay at second rather than risk being thrown out at third. And that is going to bring up number 8, Katie Dawkins, the designated player.
Now coming to bat, number 8, Katie Dawkins.
Emily Hack still out there on second. Hoping to get something here to get her home. That pitch is inside. Ball 1. Hack at least threatening to run right there. Makes Kaylee Hayes come out and chase her back to second. Pitch, swung on and base hit. And here comes Emily Hack rounding third, and she is going to score. Dawkins into second on the throw home, so the Cougars extend their lead to 3-0 on that base hit by the 9th place hitter, Katie Dawkins. Hack came around to score. And we're now back to the top of the lineup with Michaela Young, who has a runner on second and 2 outs. Looking to add to this lead. Here's a pitch, swung on right to the third baseman. Katie Hayes had a hot shot right at her, but she was able to grab that ball and record the third out of the inning. But the bottom of the lineup comes through and drives in another run for Reicher. So after 3.5 innings of play, your score here at Crosby is the Reicher Catholic Cougars 3, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 0. on the TAPS TV and TAPS Radio's coverage of the 2019 Softball State Championships. Getting set to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Reicher on top of Lubbock Christian, 4-0.
Number 13,
Kelsey Hayes, the catcher, leading off the inning for the Eagles. Swung on and hit hard. The center fielder going back, and that ball is gone! A home run for Kelsey Hayes. And that puts the Eagles on the board. Makes it a 3-1 lead now as her teammates mob her at first base to congratulate her. Burton went back to take a look at it and then realized that that thing was pretty much gone. That's over the center field wall, so I'm going to guess that was probably about 260 feet right there on that home run.
Now coming back, number 3, Katie Hayes.
The silver lining there for Gonzalez is that no one was on base, so it's only one run. And Katie Hayes, the third baseman, is at bat now. High. A 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That is outside, brings the count to 2-1. As the Lubbock Christian fans and the Eagles players are starting to feel good about their situation right now. Looking to chip away at this lead some more. Timeout. Betcher and Gonzalez getting a little bit mixed up in their signals, so they go out to have a quick talk. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. Got her to go fishing right there. So 2-2 the count now to Katie Hayes. Madeline Gonzalez looks. Here's a pitch. Swung on and popped up to the first baseman, Topovic. She secures the out.
Now from the bat, number 2, Katie Lee.
Katie Lee, the right fielder, now up to bat for the Eagles. Here's the pitch. Just off the plate. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. That'll even the count at 1-1. Kelsey Hayes opened the inning with a homer. Pitch is too high, 2-1 the count. Katie Hayes just popped out, so Katie Lee trying to get back on base to get a rally going here. This pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. That evens the count. Pitch outside, and that brings the count full. There's Gonzalez's pitch. Swung on, missed, but the ball gets away from the catcher, and Lee is going to make it down to first base. So it was strike 3, but Betcher was not able to handle the pitch, and Lee makes it down to third on the drop third strike. And that'll bring the starting pitcher, Haley Brewer, to the plate. Looking to help out her own cause, as they say. Showing bunt, pulls back, and that is off the plate for for ball 1. And the pitch. Hit the corner, strike 1. Evens the count up for Madeline Gonzalez. Here's the pitch, showing bunt. She took a hack at it, but missed, and that is strike 2. So that'll bring us to 1-2 here in the inning. Or in the at-bat. Madeline Gonzalez looking in. Here's a pitch. A little bit, looks like that one was a little bit low. Two and two the count. That's high. Ball 3. Katie Lee, the runner on first. Madeline Gonzalez trying to record the second out of the inning. Here's a pitch. Swung on and fouled off. That one went into the bullpen area. This is Reicher's third trip in a row to state. They won 2 years ago, lost last year in the championship game. And that pitch is outside for ball 4. So Haley Brewer takes a walk. And that is going to bring up J.C. Lamb, the number 7 hitter. The bottom of the order came through for Reicher in the last inning to drive in a run. And we'll see if the Lubbock Christian bottom part of the order is able to return the favor, as the Cougars lead in the 4th inning right now, 3-1. The Eagles players are being a little more patient and not swinging at some of the stuff on the outside that they had been offering at in earlier innings. That one is outside for ball 1. Madeline Gonzalez looks to look to get her feel for the strike zone back. Swung on and bunted, foul. One and one the count. And the Cougars may very well put the wheel play on here in case Lamb tries to bunt again. Offers, pulls back, and that pitch is high. Gonzalez, pitch, and it is bunted. It dives right in front of home plate, over to first, gets the out, but the runners do advance to second and third. That's Lee on third and Brewer on second. 2 away. And Clara Dendy, who reached last time on catcher interference. Then was called out for interfering with the infielder. See if she can collect a hit here. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Again, Lubbock Christian showing a little bit better patience in this half inning. That a lot of the stuff on the outside part of the play they have been swinging at, they aren't, and that one has popped up. Here's over to the third baseman, Haypenny, who grabs it and secures out number 3. And that is the end of the fourth inning of play, but the Eagles get their first run on the board after 4 full innings of play. Thanks to a home run by Kelsey Hayes, the score is now Reicher Cougars 3, Lubbock Christian Eagles 1, here on the coverage of the TAPS State Softball Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. As we get set to start the top of the 5th inning here.
Number 1, Bree Haypenny.
Bree Haypenny, the third baseman, who has doubled twice today, scored once on the Betcher home run, steps in to face Brewer. That is low for ball 1. Brewer's pitch, and that is outside for ball 2. You might see both teams start to try to be a little bit more patient here. Swung on and hit into right field, and it falls in for a base hit, and that's going to be Haypenny's 3rd double of the day. Fly ball is a fly ball between the shortstop and the right fielder, the second baseman and the right fielder, but it landed just in fair territory and bounced all the way to the wall. And Haypenny is on base again with another double, and Madeline Gonzalez, the starting pitcher, looks to try and collect herself an RBI. Here's the pitch. That one catches the outside corner of the plate. Strike one. Swung on and missed, strike two. That was the high pitch right there. Gonzalez not able to lay off of it. The great optical illusion of softball and baseball. And here's pitch. Swung on and through the hole, base hit. Haypenny over to third. They will hold her there, as Mara Dendy was quick to the ball. So Haypenny advances over to third base. Gonzalez on first with a base hit, and we'll see if they're going to give her a courtesy runner. But that brings up number 11, Hannah Betcher, who already has a home run in this game.
Now batting number 11, Hannah Betcher.
She had a two-run homer in the first that staked the Cougars to an early lead. She would love to get a hold of another one here again. Time. Remember that we'll have our second semifinal at 6:30 with the Woodlands Christian taking on Pasadena First Baptist. And there's a bunt right there. And they're gonna throw over to third. And Haypenny gets back in, so everyone is safe. The starting pitcher did not throw down to first, knowing that Haypenny would have taken off for home. Almost caught her too far off the bag, but Haypenny able to get back in. So now we have bases loaded and nobody out. And Ellie Ward at the bat.
Now batting number 15, Ellie Ward.
Now, Betcher went for the drop dead bunt. With the bunt here, it'll be more of a bunt for a single. Although we'll probably see the infield pulled in here, as the Eagles gather around their pitcher to discuss their defensive strategy for this situation. Reicher gave up their first run on a home run by Kelsey Hayes in the by Kaylee Hayes in the last inning. No, that was Kelsey Hayes. And Kelsey and Kaylee went in the same thing, so that was the first hit and the first run for the Eagles, although they've had several other base runners. And while Coach Tucker talks with his defensive infield, Coach Urbanovsky gives some instructions to her base runners. And now Ellie Ward is stepping in. Big situation here. Infield is pulled in, although we do not see the corner infielders in extremely in. There's a short hit to the third baseman. She throws it home to record the first out of Haypenny on the force. So the bases are still loaded with one out.
Midori Gonzalez.
And Midori Gonzalez is the batter now. Again, the infield still pulled in, although it's not extreme with the corners, as they don't appear to be expecting a bunt. Outside. Ball one. Another Christian looking to get out of a difficult situation right here, at a bases loaded, no out situation. Here's pitch. That's high, ball two. onto the rubber. And there's the bunt, and Katie Hayes grabs it, shovels it to Kelsey Hayes to record out number 2. So that bunt attempt goes awry, and we've got still bases loaded, but now 2 outs for Emily Hack. Hack got a base hit the last go around, so infield now at normal depth. That first pitch is fouled off. So far, it's 3 runs and 7 hits for the Cougars. One run on 1 hit for the Eagles. Here's the pitch. High. 1-1. Mack either needs a wild pitch right here, or needs to get a base hit. That one catches the corner. Strike 2, 1-2 the count now. And Brewers 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Here's pitch. That is high. Evens the count at 2-2. Here's pitch. Swung on, deep into left field. Left fielder going back, and it's down for a hit. And the runner's going to try and come home. Got her at home, but one runner scored. A little bit of confusion right there on the part of number 15, Ellie Ward, but the Cougars do add to their lead at the end of 4.5 innings of play. Your score now, Reicher Catholic 4, Lubbock Christian 1. It could have been a lot worse, though. Reicher had base load with nobody out, but they do get at least the 1 run across. You're watching continuing coverage of the TAPS State Softball Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. And that's the final warm-up throw there for Madeline Gonzalez as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning with Reicher Catholic now leading Lubbock Christian 4-1. That has Cougars did get the 1 run across, but that did have the potential to be a much bigger inning as they had nobody out and the bases loaded. And then with 2 out and the bases loaded, a big base hit to the wall by Emily Hack got the 1 run across, but then when there was a little confusion on the base pass and Ward was thrown out at home, and that first bunt attempt by number 8 Mara Dandy goes foul. Madeline Gonzalez looking to execute a shutdown inning here. And here's the pitch. That one is high. Well high. And that ball is shot into right field, but the right fielder, Ward, is coming on and records out number 1. So that's 1 away, and that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, number 5, Hampton Hayes. She'll be followed by Ashlyn Lott. And here's a pitch. Swung on into the infield. The second baseman, Gonzalez, dove for it, could not get to it, and it is a fair ball. So Hayes with a seeing eye single right there.
Now to bat is number 12, Ashlyn Lott.
And that's going to bring up Ashlyn Lott with 1 away and one runner on as the Eagles look to get back that run they gave up the last inning. Swung on, popped up, and that one's going to be foul and going to be clanging off our roof. And there they go with the broken glass sound effect. Gonzalez looking in. Here's the pitch. On the corner. Strike 2. And she looks to dispose of Ashlyn Lott right here. Kelsey Hayes, who hit the home run in the last inning, will be up next. Swung on and fouled off. See the Woodlands Christian Warriors are watching this game, heading off to the auxiliary field to warm up. The Pasadena First Baptist Christian Warriors were also warming up. There's a shot into left field. That one's going back, and it's going to reach the wall. Throw into third base as Dandy advances, and Lott with the double. So now we have Dandy and Lott on third and second base respectively, and Kelsey Hayes, who hit the homer the last time up, could tie this up with one swing if she gets a hold of another one. Maddie Gonzalez looking in. Here's the pitch, and that one is high. That one catches the outside part of the plate. The Lubbock Christian fans disagree with the umpire. Gonzalez with an even count. Here's a pitch. Swung on right back to Maddie Gonzalez. She caught a line drive. If she did not grab that thing, that was likely a base hit and at least one run scored. So Maddie Gonzalez helping herself out right there. That was a rocket shot right back at her. But that is out number 2 in the inning, and it's going to bring up Katie Hayes now.
Number 3, Katie Hayes.
The third baseman. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off to the first base side. 0-1 the count. Gonzalez looking to pitch out of a two runners on situation. That pitch is outside. Ball 1. She can't afford to be careful to Hayes here as first base is open. But Katie Lee would be the next batter, so Swing and a miss. And Madeline Gonzalez is now one strike away from getting out of this inning unscathed in the runs department. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Madeline Gonzalez gave up a couple hits that inning, but fortunately for the Cougars, she was able to get the next two batters, and at the end of 5, your score here at this Division III semifinal is the Reicher Catholic Cougars 4, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 1, here on the TAPS State Softball Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. We are set to begin the top of the 6th inning here. Marissa Kapovic at the plate. Swung on, hit to the third baseman. Katie Hayes over the Lamb, records out number 1. Nice job by the Crosby High School, actually a great job by the Crosby High School staff who were helping to put on these championship games and also handling the between innings music here. Blessedly so far in this game, I have not heard Baby Shark, which I heard twice in Division 4. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. That pitch is inside for ball 1. Katie Dawkins now at the plate for the Cougars. Low and outs. Low. That was over the plate, but it was a little bit too low right there for the umpire's liking. So the count now is 2-0 to Dawkins, the designated player. Slaps that one, but pops it up to the shortstop. Hampton Hayes records out number 2 in the inning. And we're back to the top of the order now. Michaela Young, the shortstop, coming up. Young is a lefty hitter. Goes for the slap shot, and it works. Base hit for Michaela Young. Bree Haypenny, who has actually has 3 doubles on the day so far. She faces off with Brewer again. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. Outside ball 2. Haypenny into a hitter's count now. We'll see if she turns it loose here. And here's the pitch. Inside for ball 3. So Haypenny will probably be taking all the way here. Brewer might be trying to pitch her a little bit carefully considering the damage she's already done today. Here's the pitch. And that'll be a walk on 4 straight pitches to Bree Haypenny. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Madeline Gonzalez. Had a single in the last inning.
Now batting is number 3, Madeline Gonzalez.
Here's Brewer's pitch, swung on and slap foul. Gonzalez steps back into the box, dealing with her pitching counterpart, Haley Brewer. 0-1 the count. That one is a bit high. Haley Brewer steps on the rubber. And the pitch. Swung on right to the third baseman, Katie Hayes. She steps on third to record the force out, and the inning is over. 1 hit, 2 runners left on, and at the end of 5.5 innings of play, your score, the Reicher Catholic Cougars 4, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 1, here on continuing coverage of the 2019 TAPS State Softball Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings and rings, and I'm not proud of my dress. In the town uptown, no postcode envy, but every song's like gold teeth breakers, driven in the bathroom, bloodstains, walkouts, stretching the hotel out, we don't care.
And we are getting set to begin the bottom of the 6th inning here. Reicher Catholic out of Waco leading the Lubbock Christian Eagles 4-1. Katie Lee, the right fielder, now up to bat. Here's Gonzalez's pitch, and that one finds the inside corner of the plate for strike 1. Gonzalez had to work a little bit in innings 4 and 5, but escaped with only the 1 run. Swung on and missed strike 2. So now Lee falls behind 0-2 in this inning. Swung on and missed strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning for Madeline Gonzalez and the Cougars. And that'll bring up number 10, Haley Brewer, the starting pitcher. Looking to help her own cause.
Now batting is number 10, Haley Brewer.
First pitch in there for a ball. And the pitch, and that one is well high. 2-0 the count now to Brewer. That one just off the plate. Three and 0 the count now to Haley Brewer. She'll be very happy to take a walk if she can get one. Here's Gonzalez's pitch. That one's in there for the first strike. 3-1 the count. That one caught on the inside part of the plate. And Gonzalez draws the count full after falling behind 3-0. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, back to Madeline Gonzalez. She throws over to Kopovic at first to record the second out of the inning. And that will bring up J.C. Lamb, the first baseman.
Yeah, from the bat, number 14, J.C. Lamb.
She can get on base. Clara Dendy would be up next. Inside part of the plate, strike one. Gonzalez, who was having a little bit of trouble in the last inning and a half or so of finding the plate, it seems to have found it again. That one's a little bit high. One and one to count. Again, at 6:30 today, we're going to have our second semifinal. Swung on and missed. Strike two. That will feature two teams with the nickname of Warriors going at it as Pasadena First Baptist Christian takes on the Woodlands Christian in a Houston area battle. Here's Gonzalez's pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Count remains 1-2. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. 4-2. As Madeline Gonzalez looks to end this inning by getting J.C. Lamb out. Just a little bit high, and that will bring the count full. There's a pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Over the shortstop's head. So J.C. Lamb gets aboard. Still 2 outs, and the center fielder, Clara Dendy, coming up to the plate.
Now coming back to the four, Clara Dendy.
Looking to try and extend this inning. Here's Gonzalez's pitch. Swung on. Actually, umpire says that was foul, so that is 0-1 the count now. Foul ball by Dendy, and that brings the count to 0-2. fouled off. Keeping the inning alive. Swung on by Dendy. That one is popped up. Haypenny going over and will secure that one in foul territory for out number 3. So 1 hit, 1 runner left on, but after 6 innings of play, your score now, the Reicher Catholic Cougars 4, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 1, here on TAPS TV's coverage of the 2019 TAPS Softball State Championship. And we're getting set to start the top of the 7th here. Haley Brewer still on the mound for Lubbock Christian. Swung on and shot out into right field. But Lee is there to record the out as Hannah Betcher flies out to record the first out of the inning.
Back in the bat is number 15, Ellie Ward.
Ellie Ward, the right fielder, now stepping in there. Pitch is outside. For ball 1. That one catches the plate. Leaves the count at 1-1 for Haley Brewer. As she deals with Ellie Ward. That pitch is well high. He makes the count 2-1. Count slightly in favor of the hitter. We'll see what Ward does with this. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. And that leaves the count up at 2-2. Haley Brewer looking to get out number 2 of this inning. Swung on over to the second baseman Lott, over to Lamb, and that is out number 2. It is critically important for Lubbock Christian not to allow any runs in this inning. They've already got to get 3 to be able to at least tie this contest up. And now number 7, Midori Gonzalez, steps into the plate. Gonzalez acting like she was going to go for the slapper. Here's a pitch. That one's in there for a strike. pitch. And it's high for ball 2. It's 4-1 and out. Could have been much worse in the 5th inning. The Cougars had the bases loaded. Swung on and slapped foul. Leaves count 2-2. Bases loaded and nobody out. They were only able to plate 1 run that inning, which did extend the lead, but it could have been much bigger for them. So Lubbock Christian still with a chance here, a reasonable chance here. And there's the slapper, and that one's going into the outfield for the base hit. It was just over the shortstop, out of the shortstop's reach, and the left fielder didn't have a chance to run in and collect that one. So Emily Hack, who's actually had a pretty good day here at the plate. Looking to try and extend this inning. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop. She will pick it up, throw it over, and the ball is dropped. So Hack is safe at first. Let's see what that one has scored. I would think that would probably be the first error of the day for either team. Yep, that is an error right there. Marissa Kapovic, the first baseman, with a chance to add another run here. If things go well, takes a big swing and finds nothing but air. 0-1 the count to Kapovic. As Reicher with two runners on and 2 outs here on the top of the 7th, looking to extend their lead. Swung on into right field. Right fielder Lee comes on, records out number 3. And with that, we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Lubbock Christian Lady Eagles need to get a rally going. They are trailing the Reicher Catholic Cougars 4-1 here in this Division III semifinal at the TAPS Softball State Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. And we are getting set to begin the bottom of the 7th inning here. Lubbock Christian trailing Waco Reicher Catholic 4-1. Maddie Gonzalez on the mound looking to try and send the Cougars on to the state championship game tomorrow. The Eagles looking to get a rally going to at least tie or perhaps even walk this one off. Mara Dandy, the 9th place hitter, leading off this inning. And she is going to bunt over to first. And got her. Gonzalez fielded the ball cleanly and got it over to Kapovic at first. Umpire took a little bit to make the signal, but it was an out. So that is the first out of the inning, but that will bring up the leadoff hitter, Hampton Hayes, the shortstop. And the Eagles now in desperate straits right here. Swung on to the shortstop, gathers, throws, caught, and out number 2. So just like that, the Reicher Catholic Lady Cougars are 1 out away from advancing to their 3rd straight state championship game. They won it 2 years ago against Church John Paul II, lost it to Church John Paul last year. First pitch by Gonzalez is too far inside for ball 1. Swung on, slapped into center field, and the center fielder, Burton, almost had it for the 3rd out. She was having to charge in to get that ball, wasn't able to secure the catch. So the Eagles stay alive in the inning. A runner on and 2 outs, and Ashlyn Lott, excuse me, that was Ashlyn Lott who just got on base. So now Kelsey Hayes, who scored their only run on a homer back in the 4th, is at the plate. Outside for ball 1. Hayes definitely has powers, as we saw her go deep over center field. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That one is going to be down for a base hit. Second runner on, so now 2 runners are on. And the tying run in the form of Katie Hayes is coming to the plate. And looks like Lubbock Christian head coach Chess Tucker will be. Looks like he might be doing it. Might be bringing on a pinch runner. In the meantime, Coach Urbanovsky is going to meet with her infielders right now to discuss this situation. Gonzalez got 2 quick outs there at the start of the inning. Then Lott reached on a fly ball that the center fielder was charging but was unable to come up with. And then Kelsey Hayes just made it on via a single. So there are 2 runners on, but the only player right now that Reicher really cares about is Katie Hayes, who is the batter. Runners on first and second can score as long as she does not get around. They will be happy. Hayes steps into the box. Gonzalez looks, gets the signal. Here's a pitch. High for ball 1. And the pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-0 the count. If Katie Hayes gets on base, Katie Lee, the right fielder, will be up next. We'll see how the Cougars play this. Swung on, fouled off the screen. Brings the count to 2-1 now. And Gonzalez gathers the ball, checks with their catcher Betcher to see what they want to do here. And here's the pitch. Outside, 3-1 the count. So we'll see if Hayes has the green light here to swing away. And that one catches the outside part of the plate. She was taking all the way there, and now draws the count full. popped up. The first baseman, Kapovic, is under it and records out number 3, and that's the ball game. Your final score in this Division III state semifinal contest: the Waco Reicher Catholic Cougars 4, the Lubbock Christian Eagles 1. The final line in this game for Reicher: 4 runs on 10 hits and an error. For Lubbock Christian, 1 run on 5 hits and an error. This brings it to an end to a very successful season for the Lubbock Christian Lady Eagles, making it to the state semifinal round, and Reicher will now advance to their 3rd straight state championship game, as they will be taking on the winner of our final game starting at approximately 6:30 between Pasadena First Baptist Christian and the Woodlands Christian. So that will bring you the awards ceremony live. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This has been your play-by-play announcer, Mike Weber, saying thank you for joining us here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast, and we hope you stick around for the next one, too. Until then, good afternoon, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will have an award ceremony, and making the award presentation today is Brian Bunselmeyer of the TAPS Executive Board. We would like to recognize Lubbock Christian Eagles for a great season that has been finishing as a Final Four team in the TAPS Division III State Softball Tournament. The Eagles were led by head coach Chess Tucker. Coach Tucker will now hand out medals to his team. Number 1, Aylin Kitten. Number 2, Katie Lee. Number 3, Katie Hayes. Number 4, Clara Denby. Number 5, Hampton Hayes. Number 6, Blair Boyd. Number 7, Abby Crow. Number 8, Mara Denby. Number 9, Maya Patton. Number 10, Haley Brewer. Number 11, Macy Crow. Number 12, Ashlyn Lott. Number 13, Kelsey Hayes. Number 14, JC Lamb. Number 15, Micah Bailey. And number 21, Allie Galbraith. Coach Tucker was assisted by Coach Caitlin Holmes and Mondi Brewer. And congratulations, Lubbock Christian, on a great season. Here is your state Final Four plaque. Congratulations to Reicher Catholic on advancing to the Division III State Softball Championship game being played tomorrow at 1 p.m. They will play the winners of tonight's second game